Good morning, my dear students, and a very warm welcome to all of you in this e-learning session. Friends, I hope you remember that now term 1 is over and we are now going to switch on a quick revision of term 2. Term 2, quick revision of the entire 8 lessons. So let's have a look at it. The very first part. Force and pressure. Friends, this is the lesson about which very quickly we will have a look at the entire lesson. Yes, all the things which are given in the textbook, we'll go through it quickly. We have done it in a slow motion again, but yes, now in one lecture we'll try to complete with one lesson. So let us have a very quick look at the entire chapter, which is force and pressure. First of all, let us come back to what is force. If we talk about force, it is push or pull acting on an object. And when can you say that the object is getting pushed or it is getting pulled? It depends. Push means you are moving it away. Pull means you are taking it towards yourself. We also had a discussion about a small activity in which we had discussed about how can you say what is pushing and what is pulling. I hope you remember that we had done this activity even in the class. So push or pull acting on the object is called as force. You are a box is given, you are moving it away, then you are pushing it, you are taking it towards yourself, then it is called as pulling. And different activities which we had discussed, first of one is you're opening or shutting the door. In both the cases, push or pull is written on the door, and in that case, whether you want to move it towards yourself, it will open, or if you want, sometimes you can get it open by pushing. So both the things are possible, either pushing an object or pulling the object, and both of them will come to the content, which is force. For force to act, the two things which are needed is object that is applying force and object on which force is applied. ऑब्जेक्ट दैट इज अप्लाइंग फोर्स, कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट इसके ऊपर फोर्स अप्लाई कर रहे हो या कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट जिसके ऊपर फोर्स लग रहा है, ये दोनों ही चीजें जरूरी है. यस, both these things are needed for force to act. We also had a look at, you can see that a person is just standing and thinking that what if I uh, hit it, what if I like move this car. He just thinks, and instead of that uh, he starts pushing it. So these two things are, by thinking the force will not come into existence. Actual physical interaction is a little bit needed. In some cases it's not needed and then also force acts, but that are different cases and different types of force. The next content is of exploring force, that is the two types of force, which is balanced force and unbalanced force. If the force acting is such that the resultant force is zero, then you can call it as balanced force. For example, there is an object and from here 5 Newton force is applied, while from here 3 Newton force is applied. What will be the outcome? 2 Newton. Is this balanced? No. If suppose you were here, again same direction, over from here 5. So what will be the net force acting? The net force acting over here will be 0. So if the resultant force is 0, say it is the balanced force. Over here, if the resultant force is non-zero, not equal to 0, then you can say it is balanced force. Suppose there is an object, उसके ऊपर आप यहाँ से 5 न्यूटन अप्लाई कर रहे हो, यहाँ से आप 3 न्यूटन अप्लाई कर रहे हो, what will be the final output? It will be 2 newton in this direction. And this is how the types of force are existing. Resultant over here is 0, over here it is non-zero. Here you can see over here, and here you can see this content over here. So this is all about the force. That is the push or pull acting on the object. Both these things are needed. That is the thing on which force is applied and the thing that is applying the force. And what we are talking over here about is the resultant force is 0, because we are not only talking about magnitude, we are also talking about the direction, as force is a vector quantity. In order to describe force, we need both, that is magnitude as well as direction. Try to recall, we had done this example that, for example, if I want to open this cap, and how will I apply force? Will I apply it in this direction? No, I need to apply the same force in the upper direction in order to open it. Direction of force is again very important thing. So this is how we can explore the force. Note down this content, and next content which we are going to do is a force, the effects of force, that is how can the force change the state of the motion of the object, that is what are the effects of force. There are about 4 effects of force which we will discuss, and after that we'll move further on the next content. First to note down this thing very quickly, then we'll move further. Quick. I hope you have noted down this, and now the next content which we are going to do is the effects of force. If we talk about the effects of force, then the very first thing is it can change the state of motion. That is, if the object is at rest, it can come into motion. If the object is in motion, it can come to rest, or the direction can be changed. These are these three things which are possible when the state of motion changes. If the object is at rest, अगर object ऐसे ही पड़ा है, जैसे कि फुटबॉल ऐसे ही पड़ा है और आप उसे जोर से जाके किक करते हो, then what is that? It is the object which is at rest will start its motion. If the fielder who is catching the ball, and when he's catching the ball is in motion, and when he's catching it finally in his hand, it comes to rest. The goalkeeper, when he's standing and trying to stop the football's goal, what he's doing actually is trying to see that the moving object comes to rest. When you are applying brakes, what is happening? The moving object comes to rest. These are the things which happen when the state of motion changes. That is, the object which is at rest can come into motion. Object which is in motion can come into rest. Direction can be changed. Now, how can the direction be changed? Yes, the direction also can be changed. By what means? Just imagine that the bowler is throwing the ball, and the one who is standing on the strike, and he'll just hit a six, and the ball will go outside the stadium. What is happening in that case? In that case, the direction is changing when he's hitting. Okay, in the game of football, one person is hitting, another person is hitting in this direction, another person is hitting in this direction. What is happening over there in the game of football? It is ultimately the change in the direction. When they are playing basketball, again one is one is throwing the ball, and the another one will catch it. They'll try to throw it from their side. What are they doing? Ultimately, they are changing the direction. In case of direction, even if you are taking the turn from left to right, you are going, or wherever, what is that? It is simply change in direction. So these are the effects of force, along with one example you have to write. Okay, here what can you write? Hitting a football which is lying. Motion will come to rest. A fielder catches the ball in cricket match. Direction can be changed. A batsman hits the ball that came to him. Another thing can change the shape of the object changes. Now, how can the shape of the object change? Try to recall how will the shape change. For example, you are compressing a balloon. Then in case of then making roti from the dough. What are this? With the help of rolling pin, what are you doing? You are ultimately okay, बेलन से आप जब बेलते हो, चपाती बनाते हो, what does that? It is you are changing its shape by applying force. So all these are the effects of force. After doing the effects of force, we are going to move on upon the types of force, and after completion of types of force, we'll move on the concept of pressure. So before we move further, you are supposed to go through this content, note down this. After that, we'll move further. I hope you have noted down this content, and after that we are going to move further on the types of force. If we talk about types of force, then basically forces are of two types. Either it is a contact force or it is a non-contact force. Uh, Basically, there are 6 kinds of force that act on the object when it is coming in contact of each other. What are the types of force? And I have done this types of force. First one is the normal force. Okay, if we talk about forces, then it is of either contact or non-contact. When any two objects come in contact of each other, then there are 6 possibilities. एक ज ऑब्जेक्ट ऊपर 6 टाइप में फोर्स लागी सके. Which one is the first? The first one is the normal force that can act. Normal is in the perpendicular direction. कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट है उसके ऊपर 90 डिग्री पे जो फोर्स लगता है, that is normal force. इधर जो ग्रेविटेशन अप्लाई करता है, that is what? It is a normal force. Second is the applied force. That applied force can be in any direction. It can be in this direction, in this direction, this direction, and any of the direction. Next is the frictional force. Frictional force is the force that is existing in order to stop the motion. That is, when we are trying to move the object, the surface will try to see that it remains on the object. The object remains on the surface. That is what? Frictional force. The force which is always opposing the motion, that is what? Frictional force. Next is the tension force. What is the tension force? Try to recall in the case of moving. We had a discussion that whenever there are strings, no, and you are pulling the string, then there is some kind of force that is exerted by that string or the rope. So that is what? It is the tension. The next one is the spring force. Spring force is the elastic force. Okay. The elastic force, which is that force? Spring force. The last one is the resisting force. Resisting means trying to oppose the frictional force. In order to overcome the frictional force, the amount of force which is needed is called as resisting force. So actually contact force, if we talk about, then they are of two types only, that is muscular and frictional. But this muscular and frictional, if we talk about this to basic force, then in both these cases, overall if we check कि total कितलो force लगाडेलो, then the total is all this. I hope you can see all this. If we talk about muscular force, then the force which is acted upon by the muscles, that is the muscular force. Frictional force, the force which is always opposing the motion, that is called as frictional force. Okay, this is the muscular force and this is frictional force. If we move further on the non-contact force, the non-contact forces are of 3 types. What are the types of non-contact forces now? The very first one is the gravitational force. What is the gravitational force? It's not only on Earth it acts on all the planets. Gravitational force is acting between you and me also. If we are physically in touch of each other, like if you are sitting in this classroom, any two objects that are having mass, between them the gravitational force is acting. You might be shocked, is it like that? Yes, it's always like that. Any object that is having some mass, and if they are separated by some distance, then there is some kind of force existing between them, and that is called as gravitational force. But the most common example is because of the Earth, and because of its such high mass, we are remaining on its surface itself, and we are not losing that surface. So that is what it is, an example of gravitational force which is a bit high because mass of the earth is bit high. Still, we call the gravitational force as the most weakest force in nature. Yes, you might be shocked that this force is the weakest force which is known in nature. इतना है कि हमको अपने से बांध के रखता है, फिर भी ये सबसे वीकेस्ट फोर्स है नेचर का. Are you not shocked? Yes, you should be shocked because we are talking about the content gravitational force, that force which is holding us on the surface, and still I am saying that it is the weakest force. Just imagine. Next is the magnetic force. Always you have studied from your lower standards that because of the two poles, which is the north and the south pole, and in between north and north there is, or south and south, repulsive force. Between north and south or south and north there is attractive force. The last one is the electrostatic force. What is electrostatic force? The force that is existing between any two objects which are carrying some charge. ऐसे दो ऑब्जेक्ट के जिनके बीच में दो चार्ज एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, then what do you call it as? You call it as electrostatic force. What is now electrostatic force? If we talk about electrostatic force, then suppose this is the charge q1, this is charge q2. Between them, what is the force acting? If the distance between them is r, it is this. F is equals to k q1 q2 upon r square. And what is this called as? It is called as Coulomb's law. What it is called as? It is called as Coulomb's law. So we have to remember this content, that there are the between two charges, which type of force is existing? It is electrostatic force. Into how many types is entire types of force divided? Two, contact and non-contact. Contact में कितने type हैं? दो, muscular and frictional. Frictional force, it depends on which things? It doesn't depend upon first of all, frictional force, it depends on the mass of the object, and we have also discussed on the type of the surface. Okay, which type of surface it is? Entire frictional force is going to come in detail in the next session when we do chapter number 12 revision. Muscular force, that is the force acted upon by the muscles. Contact force is over here. Non-contact force is of three types: gravitational force, magnetic force, and electrostatic force. What is the gravitational force? The force that is existing between any two objects which are having mass. In your textbook they have given the example of specifically earth. If you remember that, it's very good. If you don't remember that, then also it's okay. Magnetic force, it is the force which is between any two objects which are having poles, that is north north, south south. It is repulsive force. North and south, it is attractive force always. Electrostatic force, the force that is existing between two charges, that is if any object is having two charges and those between those two charges some kind of distance is there, then between them also some kind of force is existing. And what is that force? That force is F is equals to k q1 q2 upon r square. And here it is, so you just note it down, then we will move further. on the next part, which is pressure. If we talk about pressure, then pressure is defined as force per unit area. That is, force is the one, you can say the one which is acting specifically at 90 degree, because pressure is thrust upon area. But force, you can, when you'll move further in your higher standards, you will learn that the force that is acting at 90 degree divided by area, what that gives rise to the term which is called as pressure. Its unit is, what is the unit of force? Think, what is the unit of force? It's Newton. What is the unit of area? It's meter square. So, the pressure is having the unit of Newton per meter square. Or in this memory of scientist Blaise Pascal, its unit is also Pascal. Okay, torr, bar, yet many are there, and because of the atmospheric pressure is generally measured in the bar. And all these things right now you don't have, but when you'll move in the higher standards, you're definitely going to study about this. What is pressure? It is force per unit area. Force is specifically acting at what degree? At 90 degree. And what is its unit? Its unit Newton per meter square or Pascal. After that, you're having about how is, because we know that force is inversely proportional to, or pressure is inversely proportional to force. That means less the force, less the pressure is inversely proportional to area, sorry. So less the area, more will be the pressure, and more the area, less will be the pressure. Force is 1 upon is inversely proportional to area. अगर आप उसके upon में देखो तो area है. Okay, in the bottom you are having area. So more the area, less will be the pressure, less the area, more will be the pressure. There are many such examples which we have already studied about that elephant and the girl. And moreover, we also had a discussion about lots of things. The camels are having broader feet. The strip bands of the bag, they are a bit broader. Why? Because if there will be less, no, then we will have more pressure. That is, the force acting will be more. Then the compare the tire of a bicycle, of a scooter, of a car, and of a truck, and of an aeroplane. As in how you move further, the size of the wheels are going on, getting on increasing. So what are all these things? These are saying that the area, if it is more, then the pressure exerted will be less. The camels are having broader feet. If you want to push the nail, how will you push the nail? You'll not hit it from its tip. You'll hit it from the head, because the tip is having bit less area, so it'll get screwed on very quickly. So that is about the pressure. More the foundation of the foundation of the buildings are kept wide. Why? Because less amount of pressure will be exerted. The sharp knife can cut any of the vegetables quickly. Why? Because less the area, more will be the pressure, and more will be the force. So many examples are there. You can remember any one, whichever you like. That is about the impact of area and pressure, which are correlated with each other. Next is pressure exerted by liquids and gases, which is called as drag. In detail, we are having the content about it. That is, pressure, liquid is exerting pressure on the walls of the container, and you are having many activities on the basis of that. Among them, the very important points we are going to discuss. The very first one is pressure exerted is pressure, liquids exert equal pressure at same depth. Okay, that means you are taking a container and at some height you are pouring some holes and you are allowing it to the water to flow. Then you will say that in all the directions, if the depth is equal, then the pressure will be equal. That is also called as Pascal's law. It is one of the concepts by which the many of the hydraulic things are working. Next is pressure at any point on the liquid depends on its depth. That is, more the depth, more will be the pressure. Less the depth, less will be the pressure. That means if suppose there is a container over here, and in this container if it is completely filled with the liquid and we are drilling the hole over here, we are drilling the hole over here, then more amount will be this direction here. Why? Because over here the depth is more, here the depth is less. So more depth, more will be the pressure. Next is pressure due to liquid, it increases from the depth, that we have also done. After that you are having about the next particular content, that is atmospheric pressure. We have discussed in detail that is atmosphere is also exerting some kind of force on us, and that is called as atmospheric pressure, and we are not getting squeezed in spite of that high force. What is the reason? The reason is our body is also exerting the similar amount of force in the outward direction, and that is what it is ultimately the atmospheric pressure. And so only those people who are going at the heights, and they are when they are going at the moon, they are going anywhere in the space, they are wearing the space suit. Why? Or even if in the case that you are visiting a hill station or somewhere which is at a place which is at a bit height, there is generally this thing that people are facing the problem of nose bleeding. What are all these things? That is when our body is not able to compensate with the extra pressure. Okay, our body is constantly exerting that pressure, but from outside that pressure is not coming. So in that case, when you are visiting some hill stations, then there are cases of chances of the bleeding from the nose, because all that extra pressure gets exerted on the blood cells, and that ultimately rupture and come out from the body, most probably from the nose. So with this we wind up with this entire lesson, that is of force and pressure. Okay, and in our next session we are going to move on further on chapter number 12, but before we move further, you have to note down this content and then bye bye. Very quickly note it down. So I hope you have noted this. With this, we wind up with today's lesson, and that's all, my dear ones, for today. Thank you so much for listening to me, and have a very good day. Study well, properly. Okay, soon. Uh, expecting to meet you. Okay, that's all. Bye bye. Have a good day.